the sun just starts poking over those beautiful hills. The swell is sort of filling in. It's picking up during the day. We've got a northerly breeze. It's not offshore, but it's nice and clean. We've got a packed heat. I'm Ben Mundy here, joined in the booth by Chico Alves. And what do you got here? Look at this. Look at this heat. Let's talk us through some of these big names. Ezekiel Lau, Connor O'Leary, Rio Aniba, and Baron Mamiya. So what a absolute bonkers heat full of incredible talent. Chico, who do you fancy?
Yeah, two goofies against two regulars. And I think, Connor has an amazing backhand. We've seen him on the CT doing some really high scores on his backhand. Rio Inaba, I've seen him on the QS quite often, and he's really fast and powerful. Zeke just won the Ultimate Surfer, and he has been ripping. And yeah, he started off with a 6-3-3, as we are talking, and Baron Mamma Mia, the Hawaiian star,
some of his
coming
clips,
up.
Yeah, some of his clips from Baron have been absolutely amazing over the last sort of 12 to 18 months. And yeah, Zeke Lau there. Yes, this is the man. So strong start.
Yeah, 6-3-3. A really good start for today, as we have been watching the comp. Boom, big layback snap. He's so powerful. Here he gets a little cutty, waiting for the wave to build up again. That first layback was really where the score came from. Let's see how he can finish it off as the wave is slowly building up. Quick snap there, coming off the bottom. Another one, really powerful. A lot of water getting out of the board there. Oh, and another massive layback snap. Yeah, it looks really energetic and strong.
It really does. Some incredible drop wallets there. Yeah, so Zeke Lau is the winner of the Ultimate Surfer. So he's actually, by courtesy of winning that format, he gets 3 wildcards into next year's CT. So we're off to a strong start, but here we go. Australian goof for the Connor O'Leary. Originally from Cronulla, but now living up on the north coast. Lennox Head is his sort of home point now, so his backhand has always been his strength. So we'll see if Connor had a year in the CT last year but didn't qualify back in the thing. So this is his chance to get back on the CT. He's fought so hard to get there, and he's just S-turning all his way through and clicks it at the end. So yeah, strong start from Connor. Yeah, the Ultimate Surfer, I reckon if they had a European version, I reckon I met a certain man, I think, by the name of Chico Alves would be, I reckon, an absolute shoe-in for that.
On the pool, too?
In the pool, in the romance.
I wish, so I can surf the pool once.
You got that kind of je ne sais quoi. The viewers love that kind of stuff.
I think Ben Money would be the threat.
No, I don't think I don't have the surfing talent, Chico. That's the problem, mate. I don't have the surfing talent, unlike you. I think if we can get this off the ground, you got your YouTube followers. I can see it come together, mate. I really can. But that's another discussion for another day. As we see Connor on his backhand.
Yeah, Connor here waiting, weaving his way to the inside. I think Connor has that type of backhand that he really needs the wave to stand up. But when the wave does, he really excels a lot. So here the wave couldn't really help him. Was kind of flat all the way in. But I like how we finish it off here. Boom. Really vertical snap there. And I think it's a good starter.
Yeah, really strong. Both the experienced serves, the two guys with CT experience after pretty strong starts. Connor came on to the CT, his first year, I think, back in 2017, I'm guessing, and sort of exploded out of the traps. The big wins at Snapper and had a good result in Fiji. And his first year, rookie year, was, he easily re-qualified. Unfortunately, since then, just had sort of a bit of a yo-yo, off the CT and then back on. Lost some of his major sponsors during that, so had to work hard just to stay in touch. And after finally getting on last year, or this year, he's now fighting for his CT qualification again. Is the Hawaiian. He's a really electric surfer. Amazing in big waves, got an amazing air game as well, so really complete surfer. Unfortunately for Baron on this wave, just hasn't stood up at any stage. He's worked hard for it. It's just bouncing. Here we go, so a few little turns on the inside. Trying to finish it off if he can. It's taken an age to get here, but he's worked hard. a bit like Zeke, he's just powered his way through it, and at the end, 3 really strong turns. So kind of manufactured that score almost himself. He just, you know, he rinsed every sort of, whatever points are on that wave, I reckon he got as many as he could. Speaking of rinsing some points out of this wave, I've got Joanna Garnell, and she's down there with the winner of the last heat, Sebastian Zietz.
That's right. Congratulations. Tough conditions out there. Are you happy with your performance?
Yeah, you know, this was kind of looked like the most iffy day on the forecast, so plan was get through today by any means necessary, and then it should be really fun the rest of the waiting period.
It was a really close call with the rest of the athletes on your heat, but you were able to make a better score than in the US.
Yeah, US Open was a shocker for me, you know, coming off a couple years off of competing and having kids, feeling more like a dad than a professional surfer, but felt good to make a heat, you know, get the juices flowing again, and yeah, just looking forward to the rest of it.
Do you want to say a few words for your family back home?
I don't know, they're probably asleep, but hi Millie! She was asking where I was last time. Hi Millie! But yeah, love you guys. I'll be home not soon, but in a bit.
Great stuff. Thank you. Back to you guys.
Yeah, there you go, Sebastian. Always good value. As he said, he's a father of 2 very young children, so he's been in dad mode and not so much competitive mode, but you know, he flicked it on today. You can see that you know, he's got a plan. He knew he had to grind it out, and his plan is when the waves get good, he's going to be right in the mix, I reckon. Sets just powering through. The forecast is for the waves just to increase in size throughout the most of the day. And we see Zeke Lau on a sort of foamy one, and he's mentioned these sort of runners. This wave just not running anywhere, and yeah, so Zeke just loses priority. Sometimes you just got to pull the trigger, though, as we say. You never know until you go, and in that particular case, you just got a bit unlucky.
Yeah, that one didn't really roll in. They need the ones that kind of come to the inside and break right on the rocks, so they stand up, as we see Blue here.
Yeah, and over. So he just, again, he can't get through that fat section. So 2 surfers, both trying to get back in, just get a score up on board, but couldn't quite make that. Tide due to come in, so we should see as that swell increases and a bit more wood on the reef, we should have a bit of some more open face sort of action. And as Sebastian said, we've got waves all week, sort of on tap this week, so hopefully we'll get through a solid day today. We're going to try and do as much as around 96 as humanly possible, and then we set ourselves up to pick the eyes out of it during the rest of the week. Right now, it's only Zeke Lau who's got any type of purchase in your seat. You got 6.33. Conor Lee with a 4. It'll be interesting to see. I think not quite sure with those wild cards for Zeke when they'll elect to choose those. But I'll tell you what, pretty sure, say, Betty, he'd be in the pipe event. And Zeke Lau at Pipeline is, well, he's one of the best out there, isn't he? So you'd be really backing him to make a really strong start if he gets a jersey at Pipeline.
Yeah, he charges. I think all the Hawaiians love the pipe event. It's like a home for them, and I think it's where they want to make themselves known in front of their owls and on big barrels. I think that's a good way to get known.
Yeah, and this year it's that CT events in January, moved from its December slot. Just hold that thought, as Barron also very good at pipe. Yeah, so the pipe events kicks off the CT season 2022, and you know, I'm not obviously no pipe expert, as you might imagine, but you know, that's a better time of year for Pipeline, where the sand gets washed away often in that December period. It's the sand hasn't quite been washed off the reef, and the pipe's at its best when all that sand's gone. It's just the reef. So end of January is like absolutely prime time. So yeah, looking to start off next season with a bang, but that's next season, and that's what this Challenger Series is all about for these guys, just trying to get into that CT, be one of the 12 surfers that are ranked and get in, go. As you see, Barron wow, that's a nice turn. He's got that real sort of aggressive style, but loads just flow. And just marching down the line. Can he finish it off? Cannot. Just we've seen a few surfers get stuck in that foam bit at the end. But yeah, great style. He's on those sharp eye surfboards. I think he's CT sort of ready, isn't he, this guy? I really think he's got the talent of an elite level surfer.
Yeah, you can tell once the wave gets good, he really excels, and he's so technical, and he's got so much in the bag. He can do huge airs, huge turns, and huge barrels. So yeah, if there's any recipe you need to be on CT, he's got it all. So yeah, I think once he finds his opportunity to get through these rounds, I think he's going to be a major threat.
Yeah, he's been working closely with sharp eye surfboards as well. Swapped to him just last year, and I was speaking with Marco Zubi about that relationship. It's going really well. Okay, so that's a nice bigger wave out the back for Rayo, and he's laying down the line, swooping, but just can't get an open face. As turning through that section, you can start to see the body language starting a little bit frustrated with the lack of opportunity. But yeah, just, you know, you can see his head down now. He's really looking like, right, to get back in there again this game. But as it proved for Jake Marshall in the last heat, he can still turn around, you know, turn things around within 5 minutes. And Jake Marshall has proven to all the competitors that you only need 5 minutes to get through. Conor Leary sticking out there, so not much going on. So that, yeah, I think all those surfers, we watch that, and they time, before a heat, Chico, you kind of try and time the sets and try and work out the time between sets. Is that something they do these days?
Yeah, I think so. I think in this level they need to do that to get the good waves and to be in rhythm with the ocean. I think any surfer that wants to qualify needs to take care of everything: fins, boards, time of the waves, sections to hit hard or not to hit hard. I think they need to know everything about the place. That's why they arrive like a week before to see everything, to surf the wave a lot. And it's funny, Riberadillas is a wave that so much times having priority works against you. So, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But right now, though, I think we've got Joanna Garnell. She's down on the beach. What's happening down there, Joanna? What have you got for us?
Well, it's a beautiful Sunday morning here at Riberadillas. Everyone started to come down. The COVID restrictions have been lifted, so everything's a little bit easier now. Everyone's watching the surf live, and things are looking great.
Great. I'll tell you what. You reckon that, you know, you're a local, Joanna. Over the course of the day, the sun's going to come out. You reckon there'll be like a packed beach by 3, 4 o'clock this afternoon?
I think we're going to see some beautiful ladies in bikinis, some nice shorts, and people getting their tan on.
Great to see. All right, well, I mean, that'll be me in the bikini down there. I prefer to see people in their tracksuit pants having a good time.
So excited to see that.
But whatever, it looks good, it looks fun. The Ericeira surf crowd is knowledgeable and passionate. We have loads of people down the beach. They flock to this event. Yeah, it's going to be an epic week of surfing and competitive here in Ericeira. The town's alive, isn't it? You've been out sort of canvassing opinion about the town, have you? Chico, it seems like everyone's pretty frothing. Everyone's, as Joanna said, a lot of the COVID restrictions are lifted on the 1st of October, so that's been, you know, a little bonus to people, but it just feels like there's fun times ahead.
As we see the replay here of this was during the interview, Zeke here getting a first turn. He looks really speedy. His board looks so good. Let's see how he finishes it off. Bang! A lot of water going out of that board. He's a big guy and he's surfing really quick for how powerful the waves are. And he gets another carve here. Let's see how he can finish it off. Gets another turn in, yeah, and he finishes it off really well. So Zeke here looking for that backup. He started off really quick, and since then he waited a while for this wave, so he might be happy with his backup score.
Yeah, you're right about that. Just looking light on his feet, doesn't he? He's, as you say, he's a big, powerful guy. He just looks super fit. He's just really sharp, doesn't he? For just that little bit of extra board speed that sort of makes these guys a cut above. And yeah, he looks really composed and really solid at the moment. And we'll just wait to see that second score. He already had a 6.33, so he was, and he's backed it up with a 5.83. So as you see at the back, that's the Japanese surf. He's trying to get around this corner. He hasn't had much luck on this inside, and he hasn't got any luck with that one. Mixing up, took a bigger set on that occasion, but yet again, it didn't wall up for him.
Yeah, I think Rio is catching the ones that break more to the left, that tend to go to the channel and die. And I think, as we saw here, Zeke is taking the ones more on the inside, towards the right of the rocks. So they tend to stand up a little bit more.
Ericeira, that is the up drone footage of the break here at Ribeira at the Ilas, one of Portugal's most best known and most consistent right-handers. We've got Ezekiel Lau out in front, Hawaiian surfing very, very well at this stage. Got a fairly solid control of this heat, and that sort of leads these other three surfers battling it out. We're in heat 4 this round. I was just sort of scanning through the heat draw. Chico Alves just came across a certain heat number 12, a certain guy called Italo Ferreira. Have you heard of him? Have you come across him? You know about that guy?
Yeah, I think he surfs really well, right?
I heard he surfs good.
Yeah. I think it's good to have him here.
It's amazing. It's really great to have that caliber, you know. Obviously, world champion, 2019 world champion. It's a real buzz. We checked the surf just at one of the reef breaks just right next to this break here, and Barron fanging down the line. So something big here. Thought he might have went for an aerial, but instead just went for a controlled floater, and that was why he got the second turn. So that was really, really difficult section. He couldn't have done much more. Those two sort of big, wide sections. He'd done them with speed, and there was a fair bit of power. So yeah, great surfing from the Hawaiian. But yeah, Italo was at the went for free surf, and then he came up the beach. He was so stoked. All the kids were getting photos, and just all the people in the car park were frothing, and it was just great to see like that star factor, you know. You remember when you were at Grommet and seeing the best surfer in the world, they were so excited. Speaking of the best surfers in the world, Conor O'Leary, CT surfer this year, and turns like that, his backhand is his strength. Trying to get one last section on the inside. Looks like him and Barron are fighting out for the second spot. He gets one in there again, so just kicks out, whether in frustration or delight, a bit hard to tell. Meanwhile, heat leader, Zeke Lau just goes strength to strength, looking really, really composed, really calm, and got a heat lead. So yeah, a real flurry of activity there, Chico, a lot to process.
Yeah, I think we saw a really good surfing now from Barron, from Conor, and Zeke. I think they see a massive turn from Rio.
Yeah, exactly. So as we're just trying to process those last three waves, only Rio is his first real wave with a proper wall. He's got that backhand smooth style, compact, so he's put himself in the mix as well. So yeah, the judges got a lot of work to do right now. Plenty of scores to drop. And we might just see that the effects of that tide. So this is his first wave, Chico, that he's done any damage on.
Yeah, this was a massive turn. Did you saw the amount of water that he threw to the back? I think it almost hit the ski. And then he finishes it off here, another one. So yeah, Rio with a huge backhand snap to start off. As we see Zeke here on what it looked like a really fun wave at the end. Let's see what it did here. So yeah, big carving snap to start off, another one, and boom, huge turn to finish it off. So 3-turn combo and looking really solid.
He's got that that wave selection, you're right, where it's those growers, isn't it? Where so they take off kind of small. You see Conor sort of on the same. He's got one more big section here that's just not quite the open face or the speed that Zeke had. But yeah, Zeke Lau's just in each of his wave, he's picked up those little runners that's giving him a little sort of chip in, and then he's just opened up on the inside. So really great surfing, but also really, really good wave selection.
Yeah, I think this flurry of action is going to put the a little bit more on the ropes, I guess.
Yeah, it's going to be tight. There's a lot of ways. They're really tightly bunched too, except for Zeke, who's got a bit of breathing space. The rest of the guys are really bunched together. And then after those 3 ways, it's going to be tight. It's probably going to be one more, probably flurry, I'd imagine. Last sort of 6 minutes to go. We saw in the last heat, it was really some of the, I think 4 of the best ways ridden of the heat all came in that last 5 minutes. See there, the drone footage, that's sort of the valley. So the sort of wind funnels down through that. That's where the river sort of, you can see snaking through that valley there. Often it's a northerly wind, sort of onshore, but it often sort of funnels down that valley, and you can feel the wind at your back, almost sort of offshore on land and onshore in the sea somehow, quite confusingly. But clean faces. These waves breaking sort of right to left on your screen, so sort of north to south. Breeze coming from the northerly direction, but which means that inside section is often clean. Those scores just starting to drop in now. So we saw Barron got a 6.47 for that big combination, that big 2-turn combo. And we're just waiting for Conor O'Leary. He needed 6.18 now. See if his last wave is going to get near there, or at least make his job a bit easier.
Looks like the waves are cleaning up.
I think you're right.
A lot from since the first heats. I think it's looking more and more clean as the tide is coming in and the sun is coming out.
Yeah, we had a bit of morning sickness, didn't we, this morning? We had that storm last night. There was a lot of rain and squally winds. Just added sort of a fair bit of, sort of uneven texture to the water, but that's starting to even itself out. The tide's just pushing in. Life's looking good. But Conor O'Leary just waiting on that score. So he got a 6.93 for one of his waves. So that just means he's now up into second. That leaves Barron, surfer in green, surfer from Hawaii with priority, but only needing a 4.47. So really tight. You can see a scrap between Barron and Conor basically at this stage. As Zeke Lau just keeps piling on some huge numbers though. He's added another sort of 6.67 to his score, so he looks safe at this stage. It's a shootout for second. Who are you backing at this stage, Conor or Barron? Who would you put money on, Chico, if you had to? Hold that thought, because Conor's pulled the trigger. Here he goes again, the Australian, hoping that this builds up. It's a little bit wobbly on the inside. Didn't get any turns at the back, so he's hoping this squares up on the inside. Here he goes. That wave is not going to add to his total. He'd be a little bit disappointed with that. It's sort of not the wave he needed at this stage of the, what does he need to do with 4 minutes to go, Chico? Like, what does Conor need to do to protect that slender lead?
I think this is the battle of the backups right now. They both have 6s, and then they don't have really like a high backup. So I just think it's gonna come down to these last decisions. I think there's 3 minutes to go. So let's see what they can do.
Yeah, and this is the recap. So Zeke Lau just started off. This is his first wave. Just caught in the probably first minute of the heat. Just set the tone. The rest of it really, he's just looked sharp. He sort of motored through the dead sections, and then whenever he got a bit of juice, he put on the afterburners. He looks really calm. There's no sort of jitters between his turns, is there, Chico? No sort of, his transitions are smooth, and then when he lays down a hammer, so much spray.
Yeah, Conor, he got his fast wave, really clean backhand snap to start off, and here he was able to get vertical there, and I think the judges loved the way he finished it off this wave. I think he really needed this wave, and he was stoked at the end of this wave, for sure. He was struggling to get a good one, and here Zeke his board is looking so good. He's looking really fast, and the way he finishes it off, it's amazing. Like, this turn was so good.
Yeah, classic Zeke Lau there. Really good style, really good mix of power and technique. He's got the lead. As you see, this is Barron, so he doesn't need a big score here. As it stands, he needs a 4.47. He's got a little foamy insider. He's rifling through the inside, got a couple of turns. He's just trying to just improve on that backup, as you scored to say. drone angle from above, just makes his way look a little bit flatter. Just getting some turns in, sort of milking it. Didn't have a running section, so it's going to be really interesting to see how that sort of pans out. As we said, a 4.47. If we think back to the last heat with Jake needing a 4.5, it's kind of, it's the same sort of situation, isn't it?
Yeah, I think he was looking for those runners, a smaller wave, but a runner with a little bit more pocket. Yeah, I think he did a really good job to surf this wave. It was a small wave and really hard to surf. But yeah, let's see what the judges think of this wave. I think it was a really well-surfed wave, but at the same time it was really small. What do you think?
Yeah, exactly. He had to generate his own speed almost. So yeah, it's going to be tight. He surfed, as you say, he surfed it so well, but didn't have a whole lot of opportunity. So that leaves Connor out the back, still in second, and there's 45 seconds on the clock. I'm not sure if these surfers will get another opportunity. It might just come down to that last wave and whether that was 4.47. So unless these surfers catch a wave here, although kind of looking at this one, doesn't have priority. Meanwhile, the heat leader, he's been in the right spot at the right time all heat, hasn't he, Chico?
Yeah, he has been catching these runners and looking, he's making the waves look so fun. His board is looking speedy, he's not catching any rails as we see here, coming off the bottom, big section, and boom, huge layback snap, and he makes it. This was so amazing.
And that was just the case. He'd obviously done all the hard work. That was a bit of a victory lap, but that just meant he could, he could get loose, and that was. You could see him just before that turn, wasn't he? He was just like, right. You could see him eyeing it up, and he really went for it and pulled off. So that's going to be one of the better scores of what already was a high-scoring heat for him. So amazingly surfed from Zeke. But the interest now is coming into that wave of Barons. It's going to be the one that decides whether he gets second or third. Rayo is out of it. He's not going to be part of that conversation. So this way, and here's his turn at the end. So he just drives in. There you go. Waits for it. And then just goes bang and slides the tail out. And comes out with control. And you can tell by his body language he's pretty happy with himself right now. Looks like those scores were official. And we saw Barron didn't get enough, didn't get that 4.47, so Ezekiel out and Connor O'Leary are through. Unfortunately for Barron and Rayo, we're just going to see them in France. Disappointing results for those guys, but we march on.